Hey everybody, this is O.
And this is Abe.
And we're back, man. Hey, this is the second part of walking through our valleys with God. Abe, one of the things that Psalm 23 is, and that's our base scripture, in verse 2 and 3 it says this, that God makes me lie down in green pastures, and He leads me beside the quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for His name's sake. And this is what I want to say, Abe. Remember, guys, and this is what David is communicating to us, remember that God has a purpose in everything. Man, things can be tough in life, right? But remember this one thing, man, that God cannot do evil. Even when we're facing problems, conflict, grief, fear, failure, God is always working to create something good out of something bad in our valleys. It doesn't matter what you're going through. It's hard for us to understand that because our purposes are not God's purposes. So, sometimes we've had rain in the last week, Abe, and everybody was crying for rain.
Yeah, for sure.
And now we got sunny days and everybody's saying, I hope it doesn't rain, right? Because they want to enjoy the rain.
Sure. Yeah. We definitely going back to that green pastures analogy.
Yeah.
God is always about the green pastures. He's always leading us through that. But because He has, like you said, He has a purpose for us.
Yeah.
He's not in it to do evil.
Right.
That's not His nature. That's not His personality. That's not what He's about.
Right.
He's about leading us through life, and as long as we follow Him.
Exactly right. So, valleys in our lives are going to be unpredictable, right? I mean, things are going to get tough in our life. We can't plan them. We can't time them, right? In fact, problems typically catch us off guard. They're going to happen. I mean, even when you don't expect, you can plan the best day possible. It might be a vacation or something. All of a sudden, you say, hey, I'm going to go to the beach, and you get a major rainstorm or you get a hurricane, and you're like, where did that come from? You know what I mean? Or you're saying, hey, I'm going to drive up to South Dakota, and I'm going to go see the monument over there, and all of a sudden, you get a ton of snow. You can't even go. Things go like that. I mean, we get sick when we don't expect it. The car blows out a tire when we don't expect it. Things happen in your marriage, things happen in relationships, things happen at your church. Man, all kinds of unpredictable things happen in life. So we cannot plan for problems. They're typically going to always catch us off guard. But I want you to remember this thing. Remember, God has a purpose. Your valleys and your problems usually come at the worst times. You don't have time. It catches you unprepared. But I know that even though these problems are an inconvenient issue in your life, remember that God has a purpose, right? I mean, I've been through life sometimes, Abe, that, there's traffic. And me, I hate traffic, man. I hate being in a traffic jam. But it could very well be that delay is keeping you from danger, right?
Yeah, sometimes that's how God works. Mm-hmm. God lets certain things delay us or let certain things stop us from going to where we think we're supposed to be going, or we think what our purpose truly is in life.
Right.
But God sometimes has to steer us or slow us down, whether it's through losing a relationship or a job opportunity or kind of slowing us down for the day with traffic. Yeah. God works in all those ways, and sometimes they can be kind of funny.
Right. So remember, I take the story of Job. Remember, Job had no idea what he was about to undergo in his life. Satan had gone up to heaven and told God, hey, God, you know what? Why don't I take away his wealth? Why don't I take away his children? Why don't I take away his health? Everything. And God allowed it to happen. And God said the only thing He can't take away from him is his life. And God did it because He knew the type of servant Job was. And Job endured. He didn't understand it. God didn't give him didn't prepare. Hey, Job, this is about to happen in your life. You're going to lose your wealth, your children, your health, all of these things. He didn't tell him anything. It just happened. Things happen in our lives. We don't expect them. We go to God and we say, Lord, why is this happening to me? But let me tell you something. God has a purpose. And here's the purpose. In all of that, Job chose to trust in God. Even his wife said, hey, it'd be better for you to curse God and die. And Job chose to trust in the Lord. I'm telling you something, man, that he trusted God because he understood, he believed that God had a greater purpose in the midst of his valley. No matter how dark things got, he always could see that God was going to lead him to greener pastures, that God was going to lead him along the still waters, that God again was going to refresh his soul and guide him through the right path. And he declares that, and it's the same thing that David is saying. Abe, is something that we need to do more often.
Yep.
So, again, guys, thanks for joining us, the second part of our series. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.